Visibility is one of the biggest challenges Royal Road authors face. How do you help readers find your story? With ads. But what makes for an effective campaign versus one that attracts the wrong audience? And most importantly, why do so many writers struggle with marketing? This one trick. No, I won't lie to you. I'm trying to get better at promotion myself. So join me and we can figure it out together. Before we get into running ads on Royal Road, I'd like to give you a quick recap of how my story's doing. Things have been going really well, Tamby. Thanks for asking. My numbers are up across the board. I have nearly 1,000 more views. Average views went up to 130. I received 36 comments, attracted 12 more followers, and 3 additional ratings. My rank also shot up. I'm about to break into the top 10,000. I also received 2 very kind reviews. I want to thank Jotted Owl and Powerful Patzer for taking the time and being so generous with their praise. Both of their stories are linked in the description below. Please check them out. Jotted Owl's story is called The Monster of Savador. It's amazing, multi-POV, and character-driven. I highlight this one because we've been commenting a lot on each other's work. I think one way of generating engagement on Royal Road is finding other authors that you genuinely appreciate. That makes it a joy to support their work rather than an obligation. I look forward to reading more of Jotted Owl and Powerful Patzer's work before I review them. I also want to express my gratitude to everyone on YouTube who have been supporting my videos and my story. The kind comments and shoutouts have been amazing. Speaking of YouTube, another author/content creator commented on one of my videos, Imaginary Jeremy. After getting to know him a bit better, he seemed like the perfect fit for that Discord server of authors/YouTubers. So I offered him an invitation to join. He's going to start serializing his Royal Road series very soon. I'll keep you posted on that. In other news, David Niemitz, the author with 6,800 followers, agreed to shout me out. I also want to thank Josiah Kenizite, Zax, Mythos, and Blue Diablo for their support. I'm sure there's other people I forgot to mention. You're appreciated as well. My main task now are continuing to arrange shoutouts, ideally with authors who have large followings. But overall, my story's in a great place, and I think that ads could help it get to the next level. For starters, how do ads work on Royal Road, and how much do they cost? This is the advertising frequently asked question page. Currently, a home billboard is not available, but you can get a leaderboard or a rectangle. The general consensus is that the leaderboard's banner ads are not as effective as the rectangles. They both cost the same. For $55, you'll get 28,000 impressions. That means up to 28,000 people will see it. However, there's a chance that some people could see the same ad more than once, which is not effective. As the cost goes up, you get more impressions, but there might be diminishing returns. It seems like there's only 740,000 people registered for Royal Road, so getting 1 million impressions, I don't think that's going to accomplish much. There's an advertising section of your author dashboard where you can start a new campaign. Here's what that field looks like. And here's a breakdown of the impressions versus the cost. You'll notice that if you're an author on Royal Road, you get a discount, which is great. Also of note, much like with releasing new fiction, there's an approval process that can take up to 24 hours. You can't advertise for any of their competitors. Ads with not safe for work content are likely to be rejected. The same is true for those that don't follow the ad good design practice. But what's that? If your ad is going to take users off of the Royal Road site, you need to notify them that in the ad. You can do so with a logo. And to reiterate, an impression is each time the ad is served. Notice it does not say served to a unique person or a new person, just served. Now that we have an idea of what kind of ads are available on Royal Road, let's get into the marketing. In the intro, I mentioned that authors generally aren't great at marketing. Novel Ninja's excellent guide has a section on that topic. Writing a blurb should be like writing a novel, right? I agree with you and Novel Ninja, Tamby. It's not the same. Hey. Hi. To be good at marketing, you need to know how to identify your core audience, how to appeal to your core adjacent audience, how to leverage that for your general audience, how to avoid appealing to people who are not in your audience, and how to make that all sound fun. Novel Ninja posits that since so many authors are introverts, the social aspect of the game is not something they thrive at. But the good news is that marketing is a skill that you can learn, so treat it as such. Now I need to read up on the core audience, the core adjacent, and the general audience portions of this guide. Nick Kidd is a creative director and provided an excellent guide on how viewers will process your ad. This is perfect for someone like me who does not really think in this fashion. His post talks a lot about hierarchy, how you need to structure your ad to get the reader to look at it in a certain order. When laying out your design, it can be easy to think everything is important and needs to be big. However, this does the reverse. If everything is important, nothing is. So break it down. What do you want them to read first? Make that thing the center of attention, then just create an order of importance. It is often best that you end your ad with whatever it is you want the reader to do. This is your call to action. You can also end it with whatever you want the reader to remember. To help illustrate that point, he provided these amazing graphics. First you'll read this, then you'll read this, and then this. You'll probably see this last, with a little logo in the top right. Here's another template you can use. I think these are phenomenal. Nick also thinks that less is more. Don't make your ad too busy. The main thing to focus on is added value. That can be a joke, a question, a core truth, or in Nick's case, a Spotify playlist. Another great approach is testing 2 different ads and seeing which performs better. Nick's last piece of advice is making it clear what someone will get out of your book. In his example, don't say that this book is scary, say this book will make you sleep with the lights on. That's an important distinction. Speaking of A/B guides, Samuel Hinton provided this amazing resource. He ran 9 different ads and compared the results for us. Here are the variations. Some were text heavy, some had story tags, some were more formal, others were meme adjacent, and some were full-on memes, like this one. For our convenience, he even numbered these ads. Here are the performance results. As you can see, ad number 9 blew all the rest out of the water. That was the one that memed the hardest. This one was another success. This one also did well, and so did this one. This more traditional one did horribly, and so did this, which is somewhat surprising since those seem like the most standard ads to me. I think that goes to show that the audience on Royal Road is very particular, and you need to know how to cater directly to them, which I guess is memes. Here's another visual representation of how the ads did. I want to thank Samuel Hinton for spending a lot of his money so I don't have to. This bog standard launch plan by Milk has an amazing section on active marketing, breaking down ads into a few categories: meme, concept, and thirst trap. Meme is usually a parody of a well-known meme, tweaked as you cannot use the meme image directly. They are copyrighted for commercial purposes, and Royal Road will not accept them. Concept is a catchy way of expressing the core of your story in an image. Think of the 4-panel ads you see a lot. Thirst traps are the sexy lady ads. Thirst traps tend to have a very high click-through rate, but don't convert the clicks to followers as efficiently as the others. That makes sense. Unless your story is very sexy, which I don't think this audience even wants, having a sexy image is only going to draw the wrong kind of attention. Melk recommends the rectangular ad and only doing the $55 option. You get more than enough impressions that way and probably are better off running different ads as opposed to the same ad more often. I also stumbled across a random Reddit post that suggests that pausing your ad can also be effective. Apparently the weekends have less traffic to the site than weekdays, and interrupting your campaign partway through its run can help prevent it from targeting the same people over and over. Some of this could be superstition, but I figure why not give this a shot. Man, it was really dark here today. I hope this video won't look strange. With that extensive overview of ads on Royal Road in mind, it's time to start thinking about my own campaign. Currently, I have 3 general concepts. The first is the most straightforward. Pitching my book as a combination of D&D and a multi-POV book like Game of Thrones. This could be expressed as an equation. D&D plus Game of Thrones equals The Witch's Weave. I think it could be effective in its simplicity. My second approach is a bit riskier, but leans into memes. Using all of those online IQ tests as a template, I could tease the audience a bit by saying, your IQ is 140 plus if you enjoy this multi-POV story. The inherent risk of this is I might get some salty clicks, and it sets the bar very high. I have a lot of confidence in the story I wrote, but I don't want people approaching it from a negative place. It might lead to a lot of hate reviews. A more innocent alternative is a picture of Tambi with the caption, "I like multi-POV stories, why don't you?" I'll get started on some mock-ups. And hopefully by the time of next video, I'll have some ads featuring this superstar.